Tonight we are talking CERN. We're talking the Mandela Effect. Researcher Buddy Huggins is our guest tonight on Spaced Out Radio. His website, buddyhuggins.blogspot.com. Buddy, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
When did you start looking into the Mandela Effect?
Well, I first caught wind of it probably about 4 years ago, and I noticed something that just really got me right at the beginning. It was the Forrest Gump, "Life is like a box of chocolates." And literally, when I heard the reverse of that, it blew me away. And then the other one that got me was the line lays down with the lamb. Supposedly a hard scripture from the Bible that had been changed to the wolf lays down with the lamb. And I just couldn't believe it. So I had to get into understanding what could it possibly be. Memory, a freak type of memory loss or something about the memory. So that took me down a rabbit's trail of understanding how do we remember things. And now science is saying that a memory is just an actual copy of a memory that each time we remember it, it gets fuzzier and fuzzier. So for me, that is the psyop. That is what they're trying to use to say there has not and will not be no more Mandela effects. And I'm here to tell you that, hang on, you ain't just begun to see something change. You're going to see everything change. Literally, you're going to walk outside of your house and a car is going to drive by and you're going to go, I've never seen that brand. I've never seen that make. I've never seen that model. I've never seen that color. What is going on? Well, you're in the twilight zone because this is what's happening in this reality right now. It's a glitch. You remember the Matrix movie where the cat came across the doorway?
Yes.
And it glitched. It literally came across the doorway again. Did it take the right foot? Did the right foot paw step first, or was it the left? You have to go back and check the video. See, we can do a little bit of checking with residual effects that get left over in Google search engine, and thank goodness we got DuckDuckGo and a few other things. But you got to do it quick because everything is changing. When you put your finger on something, it's subject to not be the same thing that you thought it was, especially 6 years ago. How about will it be the same thing if I tell somebody about it? You get me what I'm saying? The Ford logo on the car.
I have a key. I have a key from an old Ford sitting right in front of me that one of our listeners, Oscar, sent me. And it does not have the little curly Q on the Ford.
That's got some potent energy on it, and it's a residual. And there are existing reality shifts that leave us these little things so we can have a common root to talk about these things. You can't talk about it with somebody that ain't never had it happen to them. But when you actually got the residual in your hand and you can look at it, and then you question yourself, well, what about this photo from, they say 1923? Yeah, something has happened, because even the patterns on some of these things that we say has never changed has changed, and there's no residuals. But if you dig, you can find them. They're there. They're still there. What is this leading to? It's literally helping us to wake up to the truth of what is happening. It's not about what we've been told that history is. It's about what we know it to be and how we feel about the changes that we see in our reality. Are they good or are they bad? Well, if you're a person that's in fear and really don't know who you are consciously, then you have to listen to what people tell you is truth. And that's the way the system's been ran for a very long time. And now it's changing. And it's changing because of these things we call the Mandela Effect, because they're glitches. And when that happens, then you can actually wake up. You can literally start asking the right questions about what is going on. And then when you really look into these things, you'll see that almost, in my reality, I'm going to say this just for me, but everything I was ever told or taught is not true or fact. It's a story. It's his story. It ain't got anything to do with the truth. We can pick a subject. World War I, World War II, what happened at the Gulf of Tonkin. We can even come all the way to what happened 9/11. They can change history with their technology and their ability to control consciousness through mass mind control. And so with a generation, we don't know where we're at until we actually delve into it and look and see what the evidence is. Thank goodness for the Wayback Machine, but it don't work for World War I, and it don't work for World War II. But it's working for what we are right now. That's the biggest glitch in the system, is the internet.
So when you look at everything, and I can understand that there's a lot of glitching going on. There's a lot of weird things, from the Ford emblem, as you mentioned right off the bat, to lines in movies. Now, a lot of people will sit there and say this is just a glitch in people's memories and that it's not actually a time glitch. How do we tell the difference?
It's both. It's literally both. It was literally one way until enough people looked at it, it changed again. And some of these have shifted back. And it really gets to the point that it's confusing. But you have to keep in mind what is the point that it's trying to show you personally and then us collectively. And what it's showing us is we can't believe what we've been told. We can't believe anymore that the story is the way it looks until we do the research. You do not know the truth about nothing. And that's what we have to realize. That's where the chaos in this world is coming from. That's where the madness is happening inside of people's minds, is because they literally are not thinking for themselves. So there you go, asking that question to Buddy. Now, Buddy's going to tell you this. How many people out there do you think there really are? You think there's 7 billion people?
How many?
When you were just 10 years ago or 15 years ago, wasn't it 4 billion? Why did it all of a sudden explode to 7 billion, now headed to 9 billion? It's because it's not the truth. They have to have us believing that there's that many people in the world. It's not that many people. And when we get to the level that we can actually see this thing with conscious eyes, we realize that it's very few of us that are actually meant to hear the truth of what's happening in this world right now, so we can see who the perpetrators of the lies are throughout the timeline of history. And we can follow the trail, and we can follow the money, and we can start pointing them out. And we can say, that's what's happening. We're getting to this level where it's time to reset everything. And that's why we're even at this point having a conversation about something that could be a memory problem. If you said that. That's what a lot of people are believing, that the Star Wars, Luke, I am your father. There's so much controversy over that right now. I can prove to you it's both. It's both. Even the actor himself said that he said the line, "No, I'm your father." But they can take that and just change it within a couple of conversations about who wrote the script. It's that we're getting to that nitpicking point right now, and what we have to do is just realize it's okay. We can use this glitch in the Matrix and this Mandela Effect to start wakening not just ourselves up, but maybe some of the people that we think are real, and we love them, and we want to help the rest of what it is that we need to know about how to come more and more into peace, more and more into love, less and less into war, and striving in time is not what we were meant to do. It never was, and it never will be. We're Christ-conscious beings. If you don't like that word, pick immortals. We're immortals. We're in this monkey suit. We're in this physical body, but I'm not my body. I'm a spirit being that has always been and always will be, and you are too. And when we walk and talk in this reality, we can be whatever we say we can be, and we can do whatever we say we can do. And the best way to prove that and start that with the law of attraction is with our health and our physical body. And our thinking is number one. So if there is a Mandela Effect, it's here to wake us up. And it's here to be a tool to show us that there is a better way to live, and that we can spot the problem. And when enough of us turn to face the problem, they're outnumbered. And they're getting that way right now, and that's why we got so much chaos going on in the world that's leading us to they've been trying to take us into Third World War, Armageddon, since 2008, August the 8th, 2008, 888. That's when Russia attacked South Georgia and Ossetia. I know this because I had a Russian friend girl, that started teaching me yoga. And I called her on the telephone and I said, "Irina, what is this about Russia?" And she said, "It's not true, buddy. I just got off the phone with my family, and they're telling me that Russia's the good guys." Do you want me to tell you what happened?
Sure. We got time. We got about 8 minutes before we go to break. Fire this.
Okay, I'll make it quick. When they took over that air base, they were going to launch 2 Israeli strike fighters, and they were going to take out the Yellow Cake uranium plant in Iran. That didn't happen, did it?
No,
our intel told us at that time there were going to be a dirty bomb go off in Miami or New York, or Chicago, or Washington, D.C. We didn't know where. We didn't know what happened. That didn't happen. Well, what happened was a glitch in the system to the point that it changed the timeline. The first big shift in our timeline was 888, August the 8th, 2008. And most light workers that actually are resonating with what I'm saying, their toes are vibrating. Because it's not been said very often where and when did that first timeline shift come. That was it. How many times have we shifted since then? I can tell you one big one, and that was 2012, 12/21. They said nothing happened. Well, a lot happened. And to explain it would be...
Fill me in on this. I need to know this.
Go ahead. The 2012?
Yeah. What
okay. All right, I'm going to tell you. It's not. I can't explain it, and we could talk about this for 3 weeks. But the Earth was destroyed, and what we have left.
We all died.
Well, there is no death. The system was rebooted, And when it rebooted and came back online, you came back into your reality as your being in your atoms, in your cells. And everybody that you see did too. But that left a lot of glitches. So they've been trying to computerize and fix these glitches in this system. You see, this system's not what we ever been told, and especially not now. It's getting obvious that there's a problem. The sun is not even yellow. It's white. We're not even in the same part of the Milky Way galaxy that we once was. And now there's people saying the Earth is flat. And it's round. And they're saying it's flat and it's round. It's both at the same time, because there is no Earth. Never has been. And if it was destroyed over 2,000 years ago. This whole thing has been rebooted quite a few times. The movie The Matrix is a documentary. Most people think it's entertainment, but it's way more than that. And we're at the understanding now that it's all done with AI, a type of computer intelligence that we ain't got a clue how far ahead of us it really is. And it's really out there.
There's a lot of thought to think that we blew up. I don't remember it. I don't know anybody else who remembers that. How would our subconscious not remember that?
It's a type of stasis. And I was told that the stasis was going to happen in 2010. And I didn't believe it then, and I don't believe it now. I find it real hard to believe that I can't, how can I come from one body to another body in a total reality that had been sucked into a black hole? But I'm here, and I still witness the world being here in the chaos that it is now. And that makes you question everything. What really could happen if CERN was to do the one thing that would be the end of us all? So, see, you can't think about that until you realize maybe it's already happened.
Yeah, but how do we know that the world was rebooted on that date? I mean, because I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I came back just as handsome then.
Yeah, I got a few scars on me that weren't there before, but yeah, I understand. And I said at when I got into the conversation, I said we could talk about it for 3 weeks, and I couldn't prove it. And what led us to that was how many people are on the planet. And I told you that it was not near about 7 billion that are real. What does that make all the other people?
Well, you tell me, because I'm going by what the records show.
That they seem to all be physical bodies and moving in time and space just like me and you are. They're not. And I can't prove it, but I can tell you like this. I'm not the only one that's having these thoughts. They're backdrop people. Doris Cannon. She's the one that brought that up, and when she brought it up, very few people could understand her now. By me saying this, people are starting to resonate with what I just said. What do you mean backdrop people? Yeah, they're like actors and characters. And it's like we're on a stage, and this thing has been scripted and programmed, and we have a role, but we don't know that we have a role until we start meeting other people that have come from the director and telling us that we got to do this part. Do I have to do that part? No, I don't. I can be a free agent. And that's what we're doing. We're thinking. And then we ask these questions, and then we want to see what is the actual proof of anything that I just said. Is it reality or is it just an illusion? Why didn't we go into Third World War 888 August the 8th? The reason we didn't go into Third World War is because that dirty bomb didn't go off in New York City or Washington or Miami. timeline shift.
Gotcha.
Why did it shift? Why did it shift? Well, our intel tells us that Putin was given the information to be there at that airport where they could shoot him up. And, you know, when they shot him up, it was Mossad and Black Ops. It's the deep state. And when they shot him up, they left their laptops with the blueprints of the Third World program on the laptop. Now get this, the dead-gum laptop ran for a month without needing to be charged. That just gives you one little piece of how diabolical they were trying to blow up the world then. That was 2008. They've done tried to do it, and then they're talking about it right now on the news, going to war with Iran. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's just, you know, that's just the way it is. When you need to make money because the economy goes in the tank, what better way than to start a war? That's just the way it's always been under the military-industrial complex.
And that's all they can see right now. But that's not the truth of who we are, and it's not the truth of where we're going. And they know that they're being busted out. And how they're being busted out is through consciousness and through awareness of who we are and what we are in time and space. And
all right. Buddy, I'm going to get you to hold on there. We're going to go to our first break of the night, or a second break, top of the hour. Buddy Huggins is here. We're talking Mandela Effect, CERN. Yes, we've reached that point. We'll be back with more Spaced Out Radio in Hour 2.